Welcome to Texas Bird Adventures. I'm Brad Harry, your host, and today we're installing the Catcher'S thumb on old Coco here. Ain't that right, Coco?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what we got is we have the infamous one and only Catcher'S thumb. And Connor's been playing catcher on his team, and he's been thumbed a couple times, right?
Yeah.
And so tell me what that feels like.
Pain.
It's painful. Right, where's the pain at?
Right in here.
Right in there on your thumb. So this is a very typical injury, so to speak. It's like a sprain on your thumb, and it's reoccurring. I don't know if it's every game or if it's, it doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason to when it happens except for when the thumb gets hyperextended back in your glove and it sprains it, and it just, it's kind of a nagging injury that doesn't go away. So what the Catcher'S thumb does is you wrap it around the thumb and it doesn't allow it to go back anymore. So that's what it keeps it from doing. So, hold this camera, Coco. I've already got a couple of samples here, what we've been playing with. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut the paper towel. That's just more or less the same size as the Catcher'S thumb. And then, so this ended up turning into this. And so what we did was you wrap it around the thumb and then you take the excess off of the paper towel with the scissors. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to cut all this excess off right here. We'll get us a marker. We'll trim that up. It's getting closer already to the shape of the first one that we did here. So, I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube, and they have this part right here where the thumb is. They have it wrapping around, and then they have the tip of the thumb sticking out through this. And so definitely what you want to do is you want to have extra material. You don't want to cut it too short, and then you're going to be wishing you wouldn't have cut that much off. So definitely leave extra on the piece of plastic for the Catcher'S thumb. Leave extra. So what I'm going to do for us is I'm going to stick it in the water. Let's stick it in the water right here, and this is. It was cold when we put it on. We've had the flame going for a little bit. We're going to let that heat up some more, and then we're going to put this in there, get it nice and pliable, and we'll pull it out, and we'll start forming it around. Well, I'm sorry. We're going to pull it out, and then I'm going to cut right there on that line, and then we're going to stick it on Connor's thumb and have it start molding to his thumb. You don't want to have this fall down in the pot and touch the edges and or the bottom, because they say that it will stick or burn against the metal. Right, Connor?
Yes. So now we're going to put this in.
Don't let it touch the bottom. Just hold it with the tongs like this. It's kind of hard it's kind of hard not to let it touch the bottom. What?
Longer pair.
Longer?
Yeah.
I got it with these.
I can get it.
Well, you got to let it be in the water. I'm holding it off the bottom right now. You want to make sure that the water is not boiling, just kind of, I guess, warm to hot, because
then it will melt it.
it'll melt the plastic for the Catcher'S thumb, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah. And make sure to give it a couple minutes before you put it on so you don't burn yourself.
couple minutes or a couple seconds?
Maybe a minute.
Okay. All right. Connor's been doing his research with Birdie. I don't want to be in it. I'm gonna have to blur that out.
Don't put me in it. I look like
You look beautiful, honey.
garbage.
You look as beautiful as the day I met you. Made that one line right there. I'm gonna trim that up. I don't know what this material is. It's very funky. Yeah, hold it. It's not too hot. All right. All right, let's go ahead and set this up here. Is it too hot for you?
Maybe.
Nah, babe. Just hold it right there.
Probably
I'm
want
gonna
to.
cut.
Yeah, cut that.
I'm gonna cut right here on these lines. Let me see. On these holes here. Okay. Okay, let me see.
I think your cut was off.
No, it's not. It's good.
No, you need to cut that.
I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut right here at the thumb too. Hold on, I got it. You're just my patient, dude. Okay, so I think I'm gonna come down to here. Let's put it. Go ahead and stick it back in the water. Let it heat up. I turned the burner off, so we just got nice hot water right now. Let it warm up a little bit. Okay, go ahead and pull it out. Okay. So you want to come back. I'll cut right there in the middle, those two. So that way his thumb can stick through. So I'm going to come down to this dot right here, then I'm going to come across. And this is going to be different for everybody because everybody's hands just a little bit different in size. Okay? We're going to trim. We're going to make these edges right here, that corner. We're going to make that corner nice and smooth. We'll come down here and let's go ahead and trace this out here. So we'll come like that. I think that's going to be good. And then we'll kind of come like this here. Let's see. Like that. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick it back in the water.
Drop it back in the water. You excited? You're not going to get thumbed anymore?
Nope.
All right. Let's go ahead. That's probably good enough. Pull it back out. Okay. Let me trim. Okay. How's that?
Good.
Hold your hand like that. Hold your hand. Hold it rigid. Turn it over. Okay. See about trimming a couple of these snagglies up. All right, let's give it a try. Push it on. How does that feel?
Better?
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Why don't you go get your glove? And that way we'll be able to try that on with your glove.
Okay.
Put that on. Okay, and then put your glove on. So how does that feel?
Good.
Punching it where?
Like right in here.
Right in there?
You're trying to punch it?
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Nothing.
Dang! It's working? So do we need to trim any more off of it?
You know, maybe a little bit of that.
A little bit of that? Well, I'm just worried that if we trim too much, see, like, that's what's going to keep it. I think we need to leave that portion right there for now.
Okay.
So that way it helps keep your thumb in position and doesn't let it go hyperextending, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just, this isn't a perfect science because I'm not a trained physician, although I look like one. And I dated a girl in college that went to medical school, so it's pretty much the same thing. I think we're gonna leave it that way. I think it was a success. These are all the pieces that we trimmed off. So it's really not that much extra that they send with the piece of plastic. So what were you saying, Connor? You can actually.
Yeah, so you can be catching, and then if you're gonna go take a break and somebody else is gonna catch, you don't have to even take it out. You can just
Leave
it
it
in like
Leave
that.
it right in your glove.
Yeah,
so it's
then,
always there.
Yeah, so then you can just get right to it, and it doesn't take any time.
Well, there you go. That way you don't forget it.
Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. Go check out the Catcher's thumb. If you or your child has been complaining about thumb issues, thumb sprains, all that stuff, if they're a catcher, even if they're not a catcher, I think it can happen to other players out on the field, but I think majority of the time, I think it happens to catchers, because that's why it's called the Catcher's thumb. I believe you can get these on the web or at a local big box store, like Dick's or Academy or whatever's local in your area. If you have any questions about today's video, please drop a comment below and I'll try to respond as quick as possible. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. I'll catch you on the flip side. You dang hillbillies!